Hello and welcome to the Bellcast, episode 25. Yes, Kevin, you're raising your hand?
Yeah.
What do you have, a question already?
Notes on the side. 25, episode 25.
How you doing, Kevin?
Good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm not as crazy as I was last week.
No, but you got the George
I'm
Jefferson
good.
head bob going,
I'm good.
right?
I'm good. Yeah.
So
feeling all right.
did you work out today?
I did this morning.
Legs?
No, it's not late. Not on Friday. I gotta save my energy for you guys.
Okay, all right. All right, pace yourself, my man. It's a marathon. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Kevin, are you married yet, by the way?
No, 2 weeks, man.
2 weeks. Wow,
2 weeks.
countdown.
Crunch time.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And you're still going to try and pull off that stunt at the wedding?
Yeah. She gave me the okay. As long as I.
Oh, she gave you the okay?
Well, she's very nice to let me. I'm gonna try and film my wedding in 360, and we will see how that goes. I got a lapel mic to hide under my tuxedo.
Right.
He's gonna wear that helmet with a 360
Yeah,
camera.
exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna.
Frank and Beans.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? Who's recording the 360?
I'm gonna do it myself with a remote in my pocket.
Yeah, no, Mike and I, the post-marriage guys,
Yeah, you're
are
like, it's
both
never
going to
gonna
give a
happen.
look.
It's
Yeah,
never
no,
gonna
it's cute when you're young and dumb. It's cute.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
No, I might have a buddy. I might turn the cameras on and everything beforehand. I might give the remote to a buddy whose sole job will be.
Can you imagine
press
that?
this
Right
button.
when he's about to say I do, and he's hold on a second because he's
Hold on.
trying to hit the play button
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
That can't be any more millennial than anything I've ever heard. I mean, okay, well,
We'll
good
give it a
luck.
good college
Good luck
try.
the rest of the way, my man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, good luck to her, actually. Mike, I appreciate you asking Kevin a question or two to try and extend the intro part for a couple minutes on my behalf.
That's right.
So I'll meet you halfway, and I'll introduce the guests now, so it's not painful for them to watch us. But I just figured,
It's give and take. That's
Okay.
how the relationship works. Right?
Okay, yes, we're married men, we know. Shannon, Jen, how are you?
We're great.
Good.
How are you?
Doing well today.
Good. All right, we're gonna have a
Oh,
battle to
welcome.
see who does better with the volume, but I think Jen is leading a little bit.
She always leads on volume.
She always leads on
Yeah.
volume. See, here's the trick. Don't look at the person, like just, don't make eye contact with the mic.
Yeah, that's
Not Mike, the mic. That's the mic. Shannon, what company are you with?
I'm with Ultraviolet Agency.
You are. Jen, what company are you with?
Ultraviolet Agency.
Okay, lovely. And what do you do at Ultraviolet Agency?
We do digital marketing, so that means a lot of things to different people, and it also sounds pretty boring. It's not boring. What we mostly do is create social media communities. Am I close enough? Would you like me to get closer?
Yeah. Here's the best way to do it. If you put your hand on here, then you know and then
Close enough.
you'll be
I
leaning it,
really
yes.
feel like I want to sing now. That would be so bad.
That would be
Oh,
Do it.
memories.
We'll get a clip of that.
I'm
That's
a
fun.
terrible singer.
No, we all are. It'd be great.
Yeah, we just
Okay.
watched with my kids part of the episode of I'm not going to give it away from Stranger Things where they sing part of the song from Neverending Story. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Neverending Story.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And they go like
Yes.
that. So that's on my.
Here's the strangest thing. The podcast I just did,
Yeah.
that came up.
Whoa.
Never-ending story, because I brought up
It's a
movies
great
from the
movie.
HBO 80s
Yeah.
style stuff and I know they remade it, but. Good, Mike. I see the smirk. Yes, the 80s when you were in
only-
diapers.
Yeah, I didn't see it remade. It sounds like sacrilege. Although I could have done without the whining from Atreyu.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Then there was the other one, Time Bandits. Do you remember that movie? That was all the little people that were on a pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
a good one.
This got real weird real quick. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Jen, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Great. What do you do at Ultraviolet?
Well, I am the connector, as Shannon says. I love digital marketing to network. I've used it for many years. And actually, in the beginning, when I started work, I did a lot of PR in the beginning of my own boutique agency, and I used digital marketing while I did my public relations. And when I saw a lot of New York Times reporters, they had to hire a woman at the time named Liz Guerin, who's actually hopped around to different media. She was teaching the New York Times reporters how to use Twitter. And I said, well, if I'm going to talk to these reporters, I need to be using Twitter. So yeah, that's how it began. And ever since then, we've been connecting in tweet chats on behalf of our clients, for ourselves. And now we focus on the design build community. So architects, designers, people that build things, flooring, lighting, rock.
You helped out with the marketing aspect of it.
Yeah.
And how did you two meet?
You remember this better than me. I think it was Christine, right?
Why did
Yes.
she remember?
Yeah.
Because I always forget. I don't know. It feels like we've been knowing each other forever.
Yeah, feels like forever, but yeah.
Every
So it was
day
like about
drinking.
6 years ago. Her editor, she worked at The Patch, Shannon was doing some freelance writing at the time while raising her family. And I met her editor, she was at an event, and I was there for a client, and she said, oh, you have to meet this woman Shannon, she's amazing, you would totally hit it off, because I needed freelance writers at the time. She said, I think she'd want to do some work for you. So we connected, she did some work, and then I quickly realized that I was dependent on her mind.
I'm so sorry.
You're sorry, oh my gosh, ever since then, I've been suffering for it.
This
No.
turns into therapy quite
Yeah.
often, so that's
It
fine,
does.
don't
We're
worry.
about to roll out the couch.
And I've been trying to get somebody to cry on an episode, so feel
It's not
free.
gonna
I'm
happen.
Nick.
No,
Not
no,
gonna
no.
happen.
I'm the crier.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about Mike.
Make him cry.
Yeah.
I'll just bust out my taekwondo moves and I'll make him cry.
He's got 2 kids under like 3, so he could cry at any moment.
Yeah, right.
At any
I'm on
moment,
the
you can have a
brink.
nervous
Yeah.
breakthrough.
One
It's
word,
okay,
yeah.
buddy,
You
I'm
have
here
little
for you.
ones?
I do,
Yeah.
yes.
Very little.
Yeah.
2.5 and 6 months.
Oh, yeah, you're busy.
How's your 2.5-year-old? Crazy?
He is crazy.
Yeah.
This turns on me. See,
Yeah.
I'm now the guest here.
Mike, I know what I'm doing, I just shut up and let you sit there.
Yeah, he's in gymnastics camp this week where somehow he learned Taekwondo and he does karate kicks all day now. So that's the move.
That's
And
awesome.
at your kneecaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna be some of
At
that.
5 o'clock in
You're
the
gonna need to be
morning.
covering because, yeah.
Well, if he was 5, you would need to cover definitely
Yeah.
at that height, but at 2, you got shin splints
It's
and
more of
stuff
the
like that, I
shin
guess.
splints.
I don't know if you
I
know
got it.
this about Jen, but Jen is like, I got 1 million black belts in karate.
A couple different.
Is it karate or
It's
taekwondo?
Taekwondo.
But you
and
call it karate, right?
No.
You just say that to us because we're uninformed?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2 different styles in Taekwondo. I have
Okay.
2 second-degree black belts.
Yeah, so she competes, she travels around and competes and kicks ass. It's pretty amazing.
And my son has been doing it with me since he was young, so I do teach in the school sometimes in Eatontown. And yeah, it's something I enjoy, I love it.
Maybe you do a demo with Lorenzo
Yeah.
for the next
Yeah,
podcast.
that's
Like,
a great
Lorenzo can
idea.
try and
If
choke
I
me
may
and I
say,
can
outside
put
of
him
Jen,
down.
I'm the only athlete at the table, okay? So let's just keep that straight, all right? So maybe Jen and I would just kick everybody's ass.
I like it.
Actually, I'll
Sounds
just sit in the
good.
chair. Do you-
We try to get Lorenzo to do a little bit of anything that anyone comes on and says they do.
Yeah.
We had bar method on the other day. We're like,
Oh,
take
yeah.
a bar method.
Oh, you couldn't handle it? You couldn't take it.
These 2 farts
Oh,
just
yeah.
sit there and do nothing all week.
Did you do it?
I play softball and soccer all week. I'm in leagues. These guys, he's an ex-hockey player, but
Okay,
he ran into a wall
played
once.
soccer.
Yes.
And I was an athlete.
Okay.
And I say was
Yeah.
because now I just work out sometimes. But bar method is
Yeah.
freaking hard. It
Yeah.
doesn't get easier. It only gets harder because
Mhm.
you get stronger, so you know how to push yourself more, and it's really, really challenging.
I met Megan. I want
Yeah.
nothing to do with her yelling at me.
Oh my
Yeah, she's
god,
crazy.
she's
I don't-
intimidating.
She
would,
loves to,
in a
and
class,
she'll tell you this.
She's
She just
joking.
loves to tell people what to do and watch them do it.
Yeah.
And she just bosses everybody around.
Yes.
And the stuff she says in class, like you would make you blush. Like you would be like,
I don't know if I would blush, but I
And
can
they
tell
love
you.
it, and they love it, and they keep going. They keep
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
face would be so red already that you couldn't tell.
Yeah, but you're Irish. You're either white or red. It's one
That's
of
all.
the
I
two.
get 2 shades. That's
Yes,
all I
2
get.
shades.
But you want to know how we met,
Yes.
right?
Well,
so let me
yes.
tell you some more about that. So I was writing for Patch, and I was the reporter for Fort Monmouth, so for the redevelopment of Fort Monmouth. So I spent a lot of time going to Femera meetings, losing little bits of my soul every time. But I really was fascinated by that property because I thought that like something really amazing could happen here. It just had all the potential for that, for education and innovation and co-working spaces. Like let's make this a little city, and I thought it was going to be amazing. But as the Patch started to just like implode on itself, they were going to cut all their freelancers, and I knew that. And I thought, all right, how can I keep doing what I'm doing and make money? And I was making like $17 an hour, but I loved it, and I didn't want to stop because I'd been a reporter for a long time. So I said, well, what can I do? And I looked around and I saw these businesses that needed help with social media, and that's what I was doing as part of Patch, because you can't just be a journalist anymore. You have to be a social media specialist on top of that. So I thought, well, maybe I could do marketing. So I taught myself to do marketing and convinced a company to pay for a pretty expensive software to train me even further and then do marketing for them. And I was doing really well on my own doing this, and Patch did implode. It's still on life support somewhat, but then Jen asked me to do some writing for her, and I did, and then we started to just like do projects together, and we couldn't really figure out a way how we could make more money together. It seemed like we made more money separate, so we just kind of kept it that way until we pitched one client with like a crazy fee. They took it, we couldn't believe it, so we just worked together from there on, and I was working under her umbrella. She was in Bloom Marketing then. And then we were transitioning to Marketing Rival, which became eventually Ultraviolet. But at that time, Bellworks was like non-existent really. It was just still the shell. Ralph had just bought it. It still had been a mystery. Nobody knew what was going on here. Nobody knew who Ralph was. And we were involved with TEDx Navasink at the time. Now it's TEDx Asbury Park. We were involved in the inaugural year. Jen, I think, roped me into that too, as well. And then I did it for 1 or 2 more years after that before it totally burned me out.
We helped get the promotions out for the first event when they had it over at Brookdale. My cousin Brian Smika, he founded the organization, and they were supposed to do the first one, and then Sandy hit, we all know.
Yeah.
So that first year for TEDx was about coming back from Sandy, and Shannon and I worked a lot at that event.
Yeah, it was an awesome event. It was so exciting to be part of. And I think Brian Smika from there had arranged a tour of Bellworks with the then co-working space Vi that was here. And I came and I took a tour of the building, and it was really empty. Like, there's still wires hanging down from the ceiling. And I called Jen right after. I was like, we gotta be here. We gotta be here. Everything that was supposed to happen at Fort Monmouth and is never gonna happen is gonna happen here. And so we like filled out a contact us form or something and met with Chris and Sean.
Sean was still here running
running the collab. And we just started coming to work, and we would just sit at the tables in the cafe where there was no heat and no food and nobody around. It was so creepy. It was like an 80s like horror movie, you know? And we just worked, and we built our business there. And then eventually we got an actual space with an actual desk in one of the offices.
We had built up more clients by then, obviously, because we had great case studies. And Shannon, when she says that software, it is a piece of software that changed our life as an agency. We got in early on something called HubSpot. They were a startup out of Boston.
Yeah.
Shannon kind of just says, oh, I did training on this software. But she is, she'll never say it, a guru. She just knows HubSpot inside and out.
Say
She
it.
works.
Shannon, say it.
She
I am
works
a
and she
guru.
talks with the developers. She knows the language, she knows the work, and she just makes things work, which I love because I like to write and I like to be creative. That's my background, and Shannon's just, she writes and then she also just makes the things happen. The workflow, the buttons work, and it's just a beautiful thing to see.
Oh,
And it's very much more complicated than that, but I obviously know nothing about it.
Well, they make marketing, they make the physical aspect of marketing, the platforms, easy for marketers. That's why people use HubSpot, because it's easy for that. Anyway, so at the time, we continued to build our client base, and we had clients like randomly all over. A lot were Jen's legacy clients and a couple of mine. And we were working here in the building, doing social media, got a gig with the co-working space, so we were promoting their events, their meetups, and eventually got the attention of Moshe Gross, who was director of special projects then, and Paula Zamudia, the creative director, who actually shared the desk next to us. Before she had this big, beautiful design lab space, it was just...
Shout out to MBZ.
Yeah, shout out to MBZ, thanks for hosting. We were in what is called the Bauhaus space here at Bellworks, and I like it because it's filled with primary colors, which are my favorite. And it was Paula at one desk, us at another, and we sort of built our agency around this desk. At first it was just me and Jen, that was me, Jen, and Stephanie, that was me, Jen, Stephanie,
And
Jess, and Julia. There were like 5 of us
And then
crowded
Sean
around
was
this
like, I
desk.
think you want another desk.
Right, and I'm just really cheap, and I was like, no overhead. Like, I resisted it having an office for so long. We used to work at a coffee shops, and I still like get the creeps if I'm in Starbucks for more than 10 minutes. I'm just like, I can't do it anymore.
Our business has still been run on no credit, and every day I try to get Shannon to get us a credit card.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want any debt.
Nothing.
We're taking
Yeah.
all applications from Visa.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I take them all and send them to
Sponsor.
Jennifer Smiga.
Yeah.
Investors.
Jen does the books, can you tell?
Maybe that black card, you know?
Yeah.
But and to Shannon's credit, we don't owe anyone money, and we're cash positive, so.
Yeah, that's always good. So we built our business around this desk. We grew, now we're up to, I don't know, how many people work for us now?
We have 7 full and part-time, and then we have about 8 contractors.
Yeah, so yeah, is that the story of how we?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I wasn't there, but it sounds...
I don't know if we got into how we started working for Bellworks, but one very important reason was Paula one day just said, she loved the way we told the story with social when we were doing Y, and she didn't see that happening at Bellworks. And she had a vision for her creativity, but she also saw the importance of word and storytelling and people's stories and making things human-centric, and brought us in.
Yeah.
So we thank her for that.
Yeah, so that was what, like, so we're 2019 now, that was like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
3 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
Jen, you seem to have a creative side,
She definitely does. She's an
But-
art major.
the discipline of the martial arts. So is that like two different sides? Is one more natural for you than the other?
Well, the martial arts is an art. I mean, we could see
It
the
is, but
discipline
there's
there.
a
Yeah,
discipline
yeah,
to
because
it.
there's like a militant side to it, you know, we
Okay.
listen, we
You
say.
hit people.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go to another exercise class without saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, when they tell me to do something, so.
Yeah, there's a repetitiveness,
There's a repetitiveness,
structure.
right, yeah, and there's also, like, when you're sparring, you have to be like on your feet and creative and ahead, so that does help in business a lot. And my creative background, I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, so I have that with me. It was like going back to my roots when Shannon and I decided to focus as niche our company and really focus on architecture, design, communities, and as well for her mother was an interior decorator, so it's kind of like coming back full circle for us.
That's your client niche, right? Your verticals that you're speaking
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, they are, and we have other clients, really, it's, if we're passionate about a client's work, we will take them on, and so we're about like 75% design build, and then the rest is like projects we're super passionate about, like there's a company called Encourage, encourage.com, they make free videos, it's a group of like a former CBS sports producer and some academics at NYU, then also some sports psychologists who create these videos to encourage parents, athletes, and coaches and athletic directors to keep the fun in sports, because many people don't know that kids are dropping out of sports like flies.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're going into, but they're going into the,
Yeah.
some of them
And
go
you
into the arts and stuff like
Yeah,
that
and
as
you
well
see
for
these
that.
videos, you know, where parents are screaming at umpires and vice versa. And so that's a passion project. Stop It, you know,
Yeah, of course.
Africa, yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of our passion projects.
Yep.
And the New Jersey Vietnam veterans across the road.
So, and the reason that goes with it, I think of the previous name, Marketing Rival, and then Ultraviolet. It seems like two opposite names. Marketing
Yeah.
Rival sounds very, not harsh, but you know what I'm saying,
It
like very
is.
tough.
It's adversarial.
And Ultraviolet
Yeah.
sounds like the transition of a more softer, I don't know, name or whatever it is. So, who came up with Marketing Rival? What happened with the transition? And
Yeah.
are we changing it again, or are we good?
No, we're good.
Okay,
We
we're good.
came
Okay.
up with Marketing Rival together, and the original intent was to say that we were concentrating on small to medium-sized businesses, and we wanted to say that you can rival your competition that's larger with great digital marketing. But when it came across as, hi, I'm from Marketing Rival, and you talk to another agency, we work with a ton of other agencies.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Oh, right
hey, all right now, like,
All right.
people thought like we were instantly combative, and
Yeah.
that's not what we were looking for. And then it's also kind of boring name, like Marketing Rival, just even that it said marketing, it just doesn't reflect who we are. Like, we're creative, our clients are creative. I mean, look at Bellworks, look at like the space here with MPC, like it's filled with like just like design, vision, and energy and excitement, and Marketing Rivals like so we just felt like it didn't work. So Ultraviolet, we wanted a name. We spent a long time thinking about this, and I'm obsessed with color, and I wanted a name that had color in it and something that indicated energy and light, and something that emanated light. And so Ultraviolet, because it's not just a color, it is a light form, that spoke to us too. We thought it would resonate better with clients in the industry that we're looking. And in fact, it did. As soon as we launched our site, we had a prospect contact us and say, you know, we love your brand and we love what you're doing, and we're not sure if we're ready for you, but we hope we are, and we'd like to give you a shot, which was so flattering. And they turned out to be like they're a fantastic company, and they have an amazing aesthetic and make great products. So it was so great to see the validation.
I can only imagine what you think of my company name, but that aside,
So spot on.
No
I love it.
yes, no comment, that's fine. Before the name change, did you go through, now you mentioned you were cheap, so I'm thinking that you're thinking, oh my God, more branding, print.
Oh my
We're gonna
gosh.
do everything.
Right,
All
so
our
Jen had to
colors,
drag
all
me
our-
through like I was like a dead weight in the mud. She's like, Shannon, it's Friday, we have to work on the website. I was like, oh, we have client work to do, I don't want to do it.
That's the hard part. Trying to work at notorious, marketing companies and agencies are notorious for
Yeah.
leaving themselves for last and not
Right.
focusing on their own marketing.
Totally. And Jen forces me to do that, and I'm so grateful that she does. I might not seem grateful at the time, but I am.
I never got.
Okay, Jen, take the mic to
Yeah,
go with
yeah, I'm
this. Yeah,
taking it.
sure, fine.
I didn't live in a praise household, so I'm just like a doer. So I'm like, all right, whatever, Shannon, we're gonna just do this. Go to the next thing, do the next thing. And
Tough enough, get it done.
yeah, she's so thrilled, and it's so nice to see how happy she is because we really needed something that made us both happy and like again, like she said, that was bright and vibrant. Again, it's a color that's so our tagline is marketing at a higher frequency. It's a higher frequency color, so it ties it all in too. And I said look, we're gonna work through this. We have a developer that we work with on projects. I said we're gonna pay you, and I'm not gonna like bargain with you. I want to know your price. Can we go on a payment plan? And like that's what we said we were gonna do. So we paid for it, and then like these shiny mugs.
Yeah, I wish there were. Yeah, I was gonna say I wish it's video, but it is video. So you can see how,
I just kind of
by Mari
I
from
just-
Pension Calligraphy.
Yeah, I just did it. Like
Yeah, because marketing rival would just be like a slash of
Yeah,
like red.
yeah.
Yeah,
red.
just-
Yeah. I kind of we have a number that we know if we want to spend money, we could just spend. We don't have to ask each other's permission.
But you don't
We're
have a
not
credit card yet.
micromanagers.
You still,
We don't have a credit card,
No.
so I have to use our money.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Real
Yeah.
money.
Old-fashioned money. It works so well.
Shannon, I'm on your side. I'm trying to make you feel like,
okay. And we use the same developer that Bellworks used. That's how we actually
Okay.
met him, which is awesome. Jim and Ann Thornton from Philadelphia. Their company's called Inbound Found.
Yeah.
And it was like I was grateful to pay him because he did such good work, and it's so beautiful, and I love it. And it actually was so great about the site is that it really showcases the work that we do on social media and the work that we do with our clients for product placement partners. So it's influencer marketing. We get someone to give countertops to a designer. They design their house. It looks amazing. They write some blogs, do some photo shoots, and then do great engagement. And the client is happy because of the great advertising they get. And our old site didn't showcase that, and this site really does. And that's really where we shine. I mean, I've had Ralph say to me like 10 times, Ralph from Bellworks, everyone says the social media is so good, it's so bright, it's so vibrant, it looks great, and it always looks like there's something happening here. And that's such a compliment, and that's the energy we try to bring to all our clients. So the site actually shows that now.
I can't wait for all the marketing that's going to happen with this episode. I can't wait. Like I don't even. I'm
Okay.
like.
Be blown away.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm the worst self-promoter in the world. Jen is good at it. She's like knows like when to do it, and I'm kind of like,
bad at
I want to
self-promotion?
talk about myself. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
very
give
bad.
Jen the mic. You can leave.
Yeah, okay.
You just handle the marketing
I
channel.
hijack her account, so it looks like it's Shannon.
Yeah, people compliment me on my Twitter. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So you've had a unique perspective kind of from the beginning here at Bell, right? So
Yeah.
you have seen the community grow, and I think that we've had the privilege of having tons of guests for 25 episodes now.
It's on video.
From people from
25 episodes, you wouldn't know it.
I wouldn't know it. It's my first time. So
When are you supposed to get them a diamond? What's 25?
25.
Oh, isn't it like paper? No. no, it's
It's
not.
2019. We can get diamonds too. You know?
Yeah, come
All
on.
right.
Bring us
I
the
think
blame.
it's silver. Yeah, you get
It's-
silver.
oh, no, it's-
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
So we have we have guests on. We talk every week about their feelings toward the community and the relationships they've had here. And I think you guys are the prime example of the relationships you've built throughout your time here. So just in your eyes, how has the community grown in the 4 years here? Did you see it going this way? Is it better than you guys imagined when you first signed on to be here?
I'm not a visionary, Jen is, but I did see this. It was clear, like what Ralph's vision was in the beginning, and that the idea of populating the building early with a co-working space and then getting tenants and incubating companies, to see them grow. And it really has happened. And like, as a good example, when we first started working on the co-working, it was like the hallway, the only hallway that was alive, which was where we still are in building 4 on the first floor. Video was down the hall in like this junky office working at tables. It almost looked like, what's the word, like romper room? Like you're just like people like packed in there.
That's
sitting
where my
at a big
office
table.
is now. Thank you so much. I couldn't wait.
You mean first floor is small?
Yeah. So, but they were just packed in there, and we would see Jenna Gaudia all the time, who was at the time the marketing director. Now she's like director of product or something.
She's been
Something
on the
bigger.
she's been on the podcast.
She's great.
Yeah,
So
so,
everybody knows.
Jenna, and she's awesome, but like I never see her now because we work in this small city and she works upstairs and I never see her. So we run into once in a while and Busker Dude's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a million years. I didn't anticipate that aspect, that like you could actually lose touch with people in this building because it's so big and there's so much happening.
But then you can be in touch that afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's true,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
true. We just have to make
Yeah.
the time.
Shannon, you could tweet her.
Yeah.
I could.
Or maybe you
tweet.
have and you don't
I'll
know.
just ask Jen.
Maybe you have and you don't even know. Jen's having full conversations with her, by the
Yeah.
way, and you don't even know about it.
You know what's
We just
funny?
spoke
With-
yesterday.
with
That's
the-
what happens with clients though, believe it or not. Like they'll have a networking event and they're like, if there's an expo, like there'll be an expo they're going to, and I'll be like, okay, I set up your conversations with like these 5
These are the things you said.
influencers, so they know you, you're gonna go in and talk to them. So it's not like a show where you stand at a table. Like social media has made it possible to, before you go to an event, have people come up to you that know you and know your brand already.
Yeah.
So,
What
For
were you
better
gonna
or
say,
for
Mike?
worse.
No, I was just gonna say, when you mentioned the vision, even though you're not a visionary, seeing the vision so clear, I mean, I think Moshe posted a video that Ralph had created early on, and probably you guys had some involvement with that, and
Probably just posted one about a minute ago.
Yeah,
posted
probably.
that one, but it was the digital mock-ups, like the CADs
Oh,
of the
yeah.
building, and that was 5 years ago, I think, they were developed, and they're almost spot on, right?
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
that's pretty incredible that you
Yeah.
don't shift from that vision,
He's
and
so
they're
tight
beautiful.
with his
Yeah.
vision, and I think that can be difficult for people to deal with sometimes, because he knows exactly what he wants and he knows
Yeah,
when it's
exactly.
not right,
Mhm.
you know, and,
there's the Singapore story you could tell them about.
oh yeah, well, why don't you tell it, if you know it even better, no?
Do I know what that is?
Let me check with my other brain. Do I know it better?
I'm gonna tell her. I'm like telephone all the time. Shannon will tell me something and then I'll have to read it back to her because I've said it completely wrong. But so yeah, Moshe, who was great at maintaining and sharing the history too. That's another really
Yeah, he was really
important
passionate
part
about
of
that.
why this building exists, because we had people, you know, early on that were super passionate and always pushing us. We make sure that you have this in, and we look kind of like we work with them now. Like when there's an element that we're not showcasing that someone else knows, you need that team effort for someone to bring it to light. And one of these stories was they were talking, I think it was to an architect. It was the architect, Alex Gorlin at the time, I think an investor. They were in
They may have been in China.
China or something. I'm gonna say
They were
China?
somewhere-
I'm gonna say Hong Kong. How about
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds fun. They were there, and he pulled out the picture of how he wanted the building to look at night with the lights and how it would, the patio would look and everything. And when the patio was built, and then we had the fireworks like the first year, we had the night drone picture that Mike Altino, Silver Style Pictures took, and he made a lot of those early videos too. Next to the one from that meeting,
To the rendering.
to the rendering, it was, I mean, like spot on.
Yeah.
It was, so we have a lot of that, you get goosebumps from that.
Yeah.
Like no
that's great.
compromise,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, oh yeah, Ralph is about no compromise at all, yeah, yeah, and he's done a great job. And one thing I loved about being here early on is because there were just not a lot of us, it was like a small club of people. Like, you got close to those people, and we ended up building friendships and business relationships. We continue to do work with Mike from Silver Style for other clients, that's exciting. At Bell Market, we were having a meeting with our client Polycore. They quarry the stone that's made into countertops. Okay. So we're sitting there talking to our client, who happened to be the brand manager, digital sales. He did everything then. And we see the people from Bell Market coming to visit, and they're talking about their space and what the design is going to look like. And we said, Steve, go get your stone samples. Like, let's show them. And we showed them the stone samples, and like, see, this is beautiful American stone. Like, wow, this is from America? Like, actually, it's from Georgia. And he's like, oh, Chantel's from Georgia. Turns out the quarry was like right next to her hometown. She had played there as a kid. And they brought the samples to their designer, who had given them like a quote that was like through the roof for countertops, and these turned out to be less, even though they're like top notch.
Probably Carrera.
Yeah, it was probably Italian marble. And they just loved the story of it. And so then we got to have a photo shoot done here with 3 clients in at once. It was
Yeah,
amazing, because
that
Bell
was fun.
Market, we helped launch them on social in their early days, and then Bell Works, and then Polycore all at once. It was like a trifecta. It was amazing. It was
So
like-
we had
You only had to walk
3
about 10 feet to do
blogs,
it.
3
Yeah.
videos, and we had them, you know, tweaked for each account, and it just told stories in a different way. And we actually started a whole series called Spaces for our client Polycore, which was inspired by that, where you told the personal story connected to the stone. Because, you know, and then, you know, Mike had actually started that for Bellworks, and it got translated across clients.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have an Airbnb for all the clients that come through here for you? Because you seem to be hosting clients.
Yeah, not yet. They keeps asking about the hotel, like, when is
Yeah,
the
they
hotel
want
coming?
it.
So,
Well, that's a little while ago.
yeah, one of our client's Polycor is based in Quebec, and so they are used to traveling at the drop of a hat for a meeting. And I am so glad that they like to come here because it's so much better. It's so
Going
convenient.
to Quebec all the time.
Right, yeah, so if we can get the hotel.
This is Canadian here.
What's wrong with Quebec?
I was
That's what I
waiting.
said.
He was just there.
Yeah, poutine.
He was
there you
just
go.
up there
Oh my
last
gosh,
week.
I would go just for the
That's right.
poutine.
There you go.
Yeah,
We have
amazing.
our perks, poutine.
You know what,
Maybe a
everybody,
few.
Freedom.
everybody I know in Canada,
No
I love, they're
wall.
all just nice people.
Yeah, we
Health.
work
Health.
with Canadians.
I don't know what kind of perks. What else perks? You never had airplanes during your independence?
We didn't?
No.
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 Wait,
No.
what? What are you saying?
Apparently, there were planes during the Revolutionary War.
Oh,
Oh,
it's getting political.
He's getting political.
No, I'm
okay,
not getting
okay.
political. I'm stating what things have been
Right.
Oh,
said.
we can get political.
Oh, no, we
If
can,
you
but,
wanna get political.
no, we can. So Shannon, where did you grow up?
Here, I grew up in Oceanport, New Jersey. Yep.
Oceanport,
I was
okay.
born in Seabright, or actually Long Branch, moved to Seabright, lived in Oceanport forever, and, yeah, I lived like 10 minutes from where I grew up, not even like 2 minutes from
College?
my house. I went to Villanova.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No fun?
Oh,
Yeah, Villanova.
Well,
Or
that's-
Vanilla Nova. if you-
No, I had to go to many Villanova Georgetown games because my cousins are all Villanova fans and I'm a Georgetown fan.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just leave it there because I have nothing to say about Georgetown or basketball, clearly. But anyway,
Well, I have nothing to say about basketball because they won the NCAA Big East one time or something, and all these people on Facebook were like flying the Villanova flag and
They
posting
won the title,
pictures.
the
and I-
championship.
Yeah, I had no idea what was even happening. I was like, what's happening? Like,
you're the kind of Villanova fan I like. Like, I can just tell you anything. Okay, great.
I'm just not really an professional sports
Okay.
or college sports type person. Yeah.
First job?
Oh, first job, Flamingo's frozen yogurt. Of
Tremendous.
course. But I was a sailing instructor for years after that. That was my
Yeah, boats?
my gig.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hearst,
Yes.
you were at Hearst.
Yeah, it wasn't in sales at like 14.
So I was a sales instructor.
I don't,
I was so good at sales.
I
at
was in
14.
sales.
That frozen yogurt, man.
Yeah.
That was my industry.
As men, we become in sales. We turn into sales right around 12, 13 years old. We're trying to sell ourselves to the opposites.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
true.
Jen, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Jersey City and Bayonne, New Jersey.
Bayonne. Okay. Well, strong Bayonne.
She doesn't live there now, though.
No, I know.
I'm
But
still trying to not
every-
be a Benny. I'm like hoping I can.
No,
one day
well, I'm
be
from
here
Bergen
15
County,
years.
so I've been in Keyport now for 12 years, so I've lost my Benny card. I'm now officially on the anti-Benny.
Yeah, you're local.
Yeah, I'm a local now.
I've been here in Long Branch 15 years.
15
And
oh,
then
yeah.
I lived in a few places.
But
so,
Bayonne, I mean,
yeah.
I have friends in Bayonne, and they usually don't tell people that,
Right.
that they're from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
flooding,
you
it's the
noticed the
flooding.
hesitation.
Yeah, there's always like, I'm from, but you know what, now
Jersey
I'm
City's
like,
an upgrade.
Yeah.
well, yeah, if you live by the waterfront, but I also lived in when I was little in Jersey City.
Yes.
And I would ride my bike a
Yes.
lot. When the kids at Snyder High School got out, we ran our bikes to the back so we didn't get kicked off and have our bikes stolen.
Yeah.
Let's put it
Yeah.
that way. Yeah, it was a different upbringing, but now I'm proud because I'm like, that's made me tough.
Made you
made me-
Bayonne strong, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like these snowflakes growing up in Oceanport over here.
Totally. I'm
I mean,
such a
please,
But
I got
Shannon
almond milk in my
softened me.
Starbucks, get out of here. Meanwhile, we're like, geez, I'm just happy to eat today. Yes, no, well, anyway. So, marketing rival Ultraviolet, what are the actual services that you provide for a client? Are there things that
So
you,
boring. Come on.
Shannon, what kind of beer do you like?
I like a really nice stout.
A nice stout,
Yeah.
okay. Were you always a beer drinker?
Yes, since I was little, because my dad drank Valentine ale, and I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, can I have the first sip?" And then I look at the puzzle.
Do you get the wine, do you drink wine? Drink?
Sometimes I do. And
I get it
it's
as an
only red.
Italian, and I don't drink wine.
Yeah,
I drink white wine sometimes.
I don't like white wine.
I don't like red
It's
wine.
really?
It's too dry, it drives me out. Yeah.
It dries you out?
Yeah, it
Like your
does,
skin?
my
Yeah,
mouth.
you just get some moisturizer.
I do use moisturizer on the way sometimes, but I have no hair also, so who cares? Jen, what do you like to drink? Whatever's in the cup.
I
Never's
love
in that cup.
sake, whiskey, and vodka.
Holy cow.
She's it's not like a big
But I'm a
drinker, though.
one drink, so
Me too.
I have a one. Yeah, I have
Sip the one drink.
I might. No.
Yeah, in a giant mug.
Yeah, yeah.
One drink.
Slurpee cup.
64 ounces.
I'll get to exercise. Mike, what do you drink? What do you like to drink? You're like Macallan's, like whiskey.
No, I'm not. No, anything clear.
Anything clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Vodka tonic.
Yeah, very, very low.
That's
I don't
the angry
drink, I don't
drink.
drink a lot.
No,
No.
no.
No, it's
Kevin? You're Irish,
Yeah, I
you
drink
drink it
whatever's
right
there.
now.
Well, whatever.
I did, by the way, I saw some of those stainless steel ice cubes. Are those yours up on the counter there?
They were gifted from me, yeah. Somebody at PLS, when they were upstairs in the second floor co-lab, they had a bunch of them. They were like giveaways. So they
Do
left.
they
them.
taste
left them.
weird? Does it?
I don't really use them that
Yeah.
much.
I use white grapes.
Do I like a big piece.
No,
do?
like
Freeze it,
frozen
freeze
grapes?
like
Yeah.
I put them in the ice, in that
Bougie.
white one.
Yeah,
That's bougie.
it's very bougie.
Yeah.
I can hold my pinky up drinking a teacup once in a while too, you know, I just, 'cause I don't look it that way. Jen, pineapple on pizza?
Oh, no.
No, okay,
Ah,
okay.
good.
Shannon?
I did it once in 7th grade.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay, we're talking about pineapple on
We're
pizza,
still talking
right?
about pineapple pizza.
Okay, it's not like a Napoleon Dynamite moment or anything like that.
No.
My wife came to the fireworks the other day. I did not, I got, I don't know if I should say this, but I ended up with getting 9 tickets, don't ask, it was very,
Wow.
yeah, no.
Yeah, that's it. People were killing each other for those tickets.
Yeah, apparently, so, the only
I
person
had
who
to
did
knife
not
someone
go.
in a hallway to get you two extra tickets, and you're saying you had 9?
I
Well-
gave away my children's tickets to my
She
client.
gave away her children.
I really don't give a shit.
How do you
Okay, let's
feel?
just tell you that straight up. I don't care. I made my family happy. That's what matters right now. But of the,
That's the.
first off, you
word
gave me
behind it.
1, not
Yes.
2.
I give you
Yeah,
2.
that's the, I know, that's the Italian
I
word.
give you 2.
But,
I couldn't
Of-
get a name. My son couldn't go.
you're from Canada.
I
You're
know,
not
it's so
allowed.
nice.
What, your son couldn't go? He's
No, we
2.
couldn't
He
get-
doesn't need
we
to
couldn't-
go there. He
we
doesn't
couldn't
care
get
to remember.
tickets.
Nobody
We couldn't
cares
get
about that.
wristbands. They said someone had taken them all, so.
Okay.
Someone took 9 tickets.
The
and
last
that was it.
9.
Well, here's the
The last
kicker.
9.
The only person that didn't go was me. I didn't go. My whole family went. They
So
all
why
went.
didn't you go?
I had a soccer game. It was more important.
Fireworks were great. Did you guys
They were
go to
amazing.
fireworks?
They were really, really good.
We did the Point Pleasant ones, down by me on the 4th, and they were all right. These blew them away.
Yeah, they're
Best
really
ones.
good.
Fun.
Yeah.
They had, I felt like the colors were brighter than other fireworks. I know that sounds silly, but it really did look like
The
it just.
whites were bright.
Yeah, and the breeze was perfect, so it just like carried the embers and the smoke away just the appropriate rate. And the only thing is it's super loud, like
The
'cause it
building,
echoes off the
everything
building.
echoes off the building.
Yeah,
It's
if
great.
you,
But
yeah,
Dumb.
Hasn't Holmdel, isn't this like, there's no Holmdel fireworks?
right. This is like their
Yeah.
fireworks now.
They've absorbed it. Well, my whole point was,
I don't think
Yes.
Holmdel, I don't think
You
Holmdel's
had a
footing the
point.
bill
What was
for
your
it.
I was, it
No,
wasn't,
no,
it's
they
not
didn't.
funny, but it is
Yeah.
funny to me.
No.
My wife basically was like, I ordered because she knows, she had the Hawaiian pizza over here. And I said, well,
Pizzagate.
I'm glad you had, yeah, it does. So that was my point. No pineapple on pizza, although Mike does.
I do.
Yeah,
Big fan. My wife hates it.
Canadian.
Okay.
Oh, she does?
Hates it. Hates it. She's Italian.
Yeah.
She's like,
It's a
that's
personal
not pizza.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. But
You
she-
just think of it as something different. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not real pizza.
Really?
Yeah, it's not real
You're
pizza.
Irish. You're allowed to do that.
Nah,
Don't feel bad.
He's Irish, they eat cabbage, what is he?
Yeah, right. Still, we'll eat cabbage. We'll boil cabbage, but we won't eat pineapple on pizza.
I understand.
No, right. Shannon, do you
Yeah.
get, the jokes, the one-liners, anything about the last name in the company?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your last name?
Yeah, what jokes? and
Okay,
what-
Jen.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's my icebreaker. When I was a reporter, whenever you call a government office, you get a really surly, probably underpaid desk person, right?
Right.
And they're like, and what is your name? And they're like, well, hi, my name's Shannon. I want to speak to the prosecutor. It's like, uh-huh. What's your last name? It's winning, like not losing. And she's like, oh, that's funny. Okay, he'll call you right back. You know what I mean? Like it would work. I don't know why. And and my husband will say like winning the lottery but he said that it was awful growing up. The kids tease him all the time.
Yeah, of course.
But me, like I'm able to kind of rock it.
Do
What's
you
your,
have a deep hatred for Charlie Sheen? Or?
No, because we would use him as part of the
Famous.
icebreaker too, like winning.
Hashtag winning.
Yeah.
is your married name, was it an upgrade for you from what you were coming from, or?
I really liked my last name. Kelly was my last name.
Oh, it's a good
Yeah.
name.
So,
But when
Yeah.
it was a deliberate choice. Like I wanted to have the same
You
name.
could have
as
done a hyphen. Kelly
Yeah.
Winnie.
you could have been like, what's the reporter, SC Cup? You could have been like SK Winning.
I could have, but what I did was I dropped my middle name,
Yeah.
took Kelly as my middle name, and I gave my middle name to my
fiance's
daughter.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
She's doing her last name as her middle name. now.
That's a very
Yeah.
Irish thing to do, isn't it?
It's a southern thing to do, I
Southern
think.
thing,
It's like an
okay.
old-fashioned thing, but I like it.
Okay.
So.
Jen, what's your deal?
What's your
going
deal?
on?
What's going on with you?
Are
She was like this, she was
Sorry.
sitting back chilling. She's like,
I was just watching the show, so I'm
okay.
like, honest? Oh,
Uh,
no, it's awesome.
Well, first of all,
It's
Schmiga,
cool.
you said Schmiga
Yes,
today, and,
because I figured,
but I never hear that.
yeah, so,
I always say your name wrong
so
then.
everyone says Smiga, Smiga.
Smiga,
but
that's what
it's
I-
Slovak and Schmika.
Schmiga.
But
Okay.
if you could say it right, just, you know.
Did you, was that married name
This
or?
many years, you've been saying her name.
She's been holding
wrong.
that back.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
you're
not
saying.
meaning you.
Well,
This
you
is what I do. I have
Yeah.
like, there's a reporter that is a friend of mine, and we started a hashtag Don't Be Weird. This is what we do. Like, I do something like this. Like, I insult someone and I didn't even mean it, or I said it in the wrong way, get quotes wrong. And now there's one, Don't Be So Weird. That's
Don't
another
be so
one.
weird? Okay.
It's gotten weirder. But no, that's my last name, and my husband's is Schrank, German. But long story short.
Keep yours.
Yes, I was in the building on September 11th, and because I almost died, he actually said, "Will you marry me?" So, and at that time, he was also contemplating taking his his grandparents were Asian, so he was contemplating taking their name, and I was going to be Jennifer Knowles, but you know, 9/11 made everything super hard to do with name changes and stuff. So I just kept my name, and I've just been Smiga, and my husband's been Shrank, and I'm a Smiga Shrank, which my son loves to say.
That's funny. College, I got distracted when she said Villanova
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
She went to SCAD.
I went to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay, 4 years?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and how was the college life there? Fun?
I loved my school.
Savannah's gorgeous.
Savannah's gorgeous. The
Yeah.
school was only 10 years old at the time, so they were still kind of working things out. Now they're like a conglomerate. They like have schools everywhere, and they basically brought that town back. It got a little run down.
Mhm.
It's actually a pre-Civil War town. It was one of the only towns in the
Yeah.
South that wasn't burned down because they thought it was so beautiful. That's how the story goes. But they did take over everybody's house. And I loved it there. You know what I loved about my school? It was like, I don't know, like you can go into a party and it was like everyone was welcome. It was really kumbaya. Like you could be the weirdest person on earth or the most beautiful person on earth. And you walked in and it was like, hey.
Amazing what alcohol can do for a guy.
And an art school.
No, an
Yeah.
alcohol could have done it Villanova.
Yeah,
Oh,
We had
right,
that
right,
vibe.
we weren't
right.
judgy. I mean,
Yes.
it was just kind of, and it was a smaller school then, so everybody knew everybody. And it was an international school.
And down south.
And down south.
I feel like you probably wouldn't have gotten the same thing going to an art school in Bayonne.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I actually got into Pratt. I was gonna go to Pratt. I did a summer school at FIU. FIT,
yeah.
FIT, which I loved. I did window display design for a summer. And then I mean, I do love the city, but I needed a little slower life. And then it was a new school. Like at the time, like I said, it was like 10 years old, so I thought it was really welcoming and fun and beautiful. So.
Did you have
No, I was just gonna say, speaking of loving the city, and kind of shifting gears, this is one thing we talk about all the time here, is, I don't know if you guys focus on this on the marketing side, but of this being the alternative to the city.
Oh, yeah.
But do you have clients in the city as well, or
No, not right now, which
Okay.
Jen would prefer to have a client in the city, I would prefer not. I like to be here, I like New York, it's fun, but like, I don't understand why I need to go there, or why I would necessarily have to go there, because there's so much business here, there's so much life here. Like, it is fun, like, sometimes we've gone in there and, you know, had meetings and whatnot, and it's nice to like get out of town, you know, and it's a great place to be, but.
It's funny because our new client's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
So Shannon got on a plane and
I
went
know.
to Atlanta.
Let's just be honest,
Go,
I'm
you wanna take a
super
train,
lazy.
or
Oh,
ferry.
it's like an hour.
So, yeah, I mean, the city's definitely on my radar. Now that we've rebranded and reniched ourselves, but, you know, industry, they all speak. So once they start talking to each other and the word gets around and we're close, it'll be really nice to have
I'm
them.
totally happy with getting more clients in warmer places. Like, I'm down with the Atlanta, like, when the Quebec people ask us to come to the sales meeting and it's in January, I'm like, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So so the warmer it is, you're okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so if you're in like Shittsville, Canada, the price is gonna be X amount. And if you're in.
You're down in Miami, you know,
No,
give
if
them a
you're in
call.
like Cabo Wabo right now, it's basically just give me an airline ticket and I'll come down there. I got you.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
yeah, that might be.
I don't know
accurate.
why I said Shittsville, because it would be actually Shittsville, America you would say it, but I can't,
Right.
I know it annoys you
No, it
because.
doesn't annoy me, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, There's
Is it-
probably is
you
a
Are
can't
you
touch me.
American? Did you,
No, I have a green card,
you have a green card?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
but I have
Wait till
Canadian citizenship.
that wall goes up north.
Well, I'm trying to get my son's dual citizenship,
Yeah.
that would be
Mhm,
good.
yeah.
The US doesn't recognize dual, so you're one.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So as in
I
like,
dual.
But as in like, if you, say for example, there was a draft in the future,
Oh.
and you're like, no,
Oh, were they-
I'm good, I'm
oh, were
Canadian.
were
It's
they
like,
born
no,
here?
yeah, they're born
Oh,
here.
so that,
it's
so they're
like, no,
automatically
you are
American citizens.
That's right,
Oh.
yeah.
So they don't need a dual, they just consider it American.
For American side, yeah, but for the
But to
Canadian
get-
side, we wanna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
options.
Yeah, no,
Don't tell me.
I dual, I'm happy with options.
And where are you dual from?
Italy, yeah, so.
How long did you live there?
I spend every summer, I have a house there. We'd go travel back and forth.
You
I tell my wife all the
Your
time.
summer in Italy, huh?
So
Yeah, it's
bougie.
pretty
Bro.
bougie.
With
He
your-
pretends he's
He
not
puts-
bougie with
He
the
puts
first
grapes
floor,
in his
but-
wine and he summers in Italy.
Bro, we didn't have like electric. I mean, just don't like, yeah.
It wasn't nice.
It wasn't like, it was there, but like, you know, it wasn't. It's just, I tell my wife all the time, the next ticket, just make sure it doesn't say one-way ticket for me and our kid.
You go ahead, you go ahead, we'll come tomorrow.
You know, it's a different life there. Yes, I got distracted by that. As far as you were talking about New York City and stuff like that, do you have, or core clients are in New Jersey?
So New Jersey, Atlanta, the Quebec client is a core client for sure.
Okay.
They have, how many companies do they have now?
We work on 5.
Five.
They keep acquiring companies and keep, so we're like their English speaking company agency.
Right.
And then they have Salto, which is in Canada, and they're
They
wonderful.
do design, they're more programming and web design. So we do all their content marketing and social media and email marketing and
Okay.
yada yada, lead generation, you name it.
How do you guys work? Do you like, I need audible distraction at all time. Do you like to work with
Oh my
distraction
gosh, that's
chaos?
me. This is me.
So she's
Because
a
this is
writer.
video,
We're
you
gonna
can
probably-
see me. This
Yeah.
is me.
You have the headphones
I
on.
actually sit at my desk with my fingers in my ears
Okay.
so that I
Is it
can
because
write.
Jen's always like, come
No,
on, we
I
need
just
shit.
can't.
Yes.
I have wicked
Yes.
ADD and I can't shut out things, like
Yeah.
all the sounds come in.
Noise canceling headphones.
You can come
no
sit by
music.
me.
Yeah.
We have like no ventilation, we have no windows, no nothing. Or you can go sit by the ivory tower where these two guys are.
I
Yeah.
like my space. I can see greenery. I don't necessarily need to hear it.
I want to wave every time I pass you guys, but then I'm like, I waved already. We're good,
Well,
right?
Yeah, no. I think once a day
Like if I
is
throw
sufficient.
gang signs once in a
Yeah.
while, throw it up. I don't know.
It is an etiquette though, like the whole, we should talk about that.
It's
You know,
weird, right?
like
You
walking
do
by,
you
like you're
say-
like,
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
we're
I
right.
wonder.
If I
If
say bye
you face the
again, will I
window.
look
We're right by the
Because
window
you-
upstairs too, on the second floor, it's like, do you wave to people as they come by?
Oh, shut up.
Well,
With your
also-
problems up there with your air and
But in
ventilation
Bella,
and
sometimes
stuff.
you'll walk by the same person 6 times in
Yeah.
a day, and you're like,
Going to the bathroom or something?
well, we
yeah.
have this with Ding next to us, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Irish, and they are
They're so nice.
the nice people.
Yes.
Like, and,
Have you had them on?
No,
No,
I talked to Jimmy.
Well, there's a couple. James, Jim.
Okay, I
so
gave
don't-
him the card like
Yeah.
a month ago. We always say hi, but I don't, you know, but I
Yeah,
would
see,
like
they
to.
connect
always
you with
say
their-
hi. They are
they're just
the
nice.
hi people. Like,
They're-
I don't feel
Yeah.
weird about
They're
saying
the-
hi.
Well, they bought us
sometimes.
cookies one day. They're
Yeah.
just like nice
Well,
guys.
should I wave to you guys every time I
Yeah.
pass?
No.
Because you
No.
choose to.
Stop
No.
waving
Well, hold
to
on.
me. God,
Shannon,
that's distracting.
No distractions.
you faced the. So
Mhm.
I'm a waver. I am a waver. I'm a
You are.
waver. I'm a smiler.
so much pressure the next time I walk past. 'Cause
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
what
need
to
to
be
some
like.
kind of
You have to do something unique every time you walk by.
I never bring flashcards. I just hold up a sign or something like
You got a
that.
flash?
You could do that when you walk
Please don't
down,
flash
when you walk by.
Yes, I'll go down the elevator, like pretend I'm going down the
Yeah,
stairs.
stairs.
Yes, so I was wondering about that because that's something that like Dominic deals with in Springboard because it's so big and open. People walk by all the time within the world of Bellworks and you're facing it and it's silly, but you do that 30 times in a day
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, so that clocked me in at I wasted, right? But
Yeah.
and then you go out and you, like Mike was saying, you see them 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
When I see these guys out in public and they're with a client,
Oh,
I do this
God.
every time. If they're sitting at Boosk or something like that, I literally walk right up to them like, Mike, it's so great to see you, buddy.
A formal handshake.
Yes,
red
and
red
I-
hard
I-
handshake.
It's
And
Awesome.
anytime I can be awkward with them, because, but now they
Do not
know a
do
little
that
bit.
to me.
We know it's
Thank
coming,
you.
yeah.
Don't.
Do not. No. No.
Well, here's the thing. You told me not to, and I want to do it, but I think you'll tell me to go fuck off, literally in front of the client. So I'm a little bit scared, and I think Jen might karate chop my ankles out. So
Both
I'm
of
not
those things
gonna-
are true.
Yes. Okay.
Both
So okay. Mike, you have something going on there? You gotta go.
I do have a 12, but I'm gonna push it for you.
Oh, for you.
It's
It's
11:59.
actually for us, right, not him.
That's for the
Right.
guests of
Yes,
honor. For you, I would. I would walk out, but for you.
Yes. Yes. Thanks. Okay, Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Taking notes?
No notes today.
Yeah, no
No.
timestamps. Was there
We're
nothing?
gonna-
else?
nothing about
Holy
it.
cow.
It's gonna take
You can
3
always-
hours to go through this video.
So, how do you guys, how would you internally market this? I'm not saying it for the sake of the podcast, but I'm saying, do you guys do the newsletter, right? Is the email?
When you say internally marketing, you meant it for Bellworks?
Yeah, within
Oh,
Bellworks, yeah, so,
if there's something that's happening at Bellworks, that we, either an achievement or an event, our process is, we include it in the weekly email, it goes to about 6,000 people inside and outside the building. We feature it on Instagram stories, put it on Instagram, and of course, like all the social channels where appropriate, LinkedIn if it's a professional thing. Sometimes we write a blog about it, we've done a blog before about, well, we did one about the podcast too, right? Or did we just feature you?
just took a picture of
the
us,
newsletter?
and I think.
Yeah.
So you were in the newsletter, and we did a blog about Refresh's 360 VR. So it depends on what the scenario is, but we try to feature what's happening with the tenants in the building, whether it's retail or.
Does it go out weekly, or is it
The
just,
email goes out weekly. Yep.
can we get our most recent episode at the bottom of every email?
I don't know, I will have to talk to.
I just wanted it on the
How is
record,
it?
I just wanted it on the record.
Yeah.
No. Mike?
So,
Doesn't
yeah,
hurt to ask.
what's the,
No.
I'm sure, I've heard everyone kind of ask, like, so how do they, I'm sure you would be bombarded with requests all day long, but what is there a formal process set up for anyone? If anyone's got anything going on, any of the tenants, about sharing what they're doing, how do they share something at Bellworks?
Okay, that's a good question. If they have something going on at Bellworks, they should email Jessica at Ultraviolet Agency.
Okay.
She is the lead social media strategist, she's our community catalyst, she makes everything happen here. Like, there's no, there's nothing that she doesn't touch when it comes to an event or like a retail tenant. She just is everywhere. Like, she'll help launch the business, she will help promote it.
Come by, take pictures of
Yeah, yeah.
any time of day, yeah.
Right, you'll see Jessica everywhere,
Yeah.
right? She's at every event and doing all the things. And Lexi, who you just saw, who just started with us, she is assisting Jessica in that as well as some other clients. So really email Jessica at ultravioletagency.com. If you had an event that you were interested in doing, that's the creative director's purview. So you talk to Paula Zamudia and she could perhaps help you out there. If you really want an event, like a big scale event, you gotta pay for it, and that goes through Destination Hotels. And they are, you know where they are, upstairs.
Well, that squashes that idea.
Big old events.
Yeah,
That's me,
Yeah.
dream killer.
yeah, no,
Well, we still might be able to float off, we'll see.
Yeah, they're open, the thing is, the important part is they're open to create collaborations, and you just have to bring it forth and talk to them about it.
it's just getting harder now, right, because everybody's
But
coming.
yeah, I think
Because
it's
the
like a-
demand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the demand,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of people, and they also are trying to make money like everybody else.
Yeah, no,
It's
that-
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, it's thousands of square feet of space, 2 million square
Yeah.
feet of space, and there's a
And
lot to.
what happens too is that everybody has very similar ideas about what they want to happen at Bellworks, because it's just a space that just invites it. You think, oh my gosh, this would be amazing for a yoga event here.
Yeah.
Or I could have this great trade show here, and people have a tendency, and me included, thinking that idea is unique to you. And then they come to Bellworks and they're pitching it and they don't know why it's not being responded to, because so many people have had that same idea.
Are you
The
trying to say
magazine.
something to me in code?
No, I already told you like straight up.
Yeah, no, that's why I can't use it.
I need for code.
No, I don't want code, that's what I'm saying, I try to decipher women all my life, I can't figure shit out. Although this is the wedding
mysterious.
industry, but that's another story. Therapy will be later. Okay, website?
Which
Yours.
website?
I don't know, what other websites we got?
What are we talking about now?
I
You're
don't know.
telling me
What-
about Bellworks.
Right now, if we had to clip it down to give us your all your social media handles, all of your websites for you guys and for Belle, people to
Oh,
follow. People to
okay.
follow.
Jen,
Yeah.
don't answer, Shannon answers. What's-
She's got to remember every handle,
Because she had the deer in headlights
every
for a second.
website, every handle.
Nice. I'm not.
Just
Every
every
channel.
website, you can find the social from there.
Yeah, ultravioletagency.com.
New website. There you
Yeah,
go.
new website. You can follow all of our social channels. Jen is now pulling out her phone
Yes.
to
Record this?
what are you doing?
I don't know
Cheat sheet?
anything. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you our Instagram too.
Oh, yeah, it's sparkly.
It's our sparkly Instagram, ultraviolet_agency.
See, I would forgot underscore. I'm terrible with that.
Are
I
you
know how
not
to
on
find
social?
it.
But you're on social yourself.
I
right?
am, but like I just don't remember the handles to say them, because you just do it.
Is this really how you feel, or is it kind of like you're playing the opposite of Jen? Is this like Laverne and Shirley?
Okay, so
type stuff?
when you divide up the
I
business,
wish.
Yeah.
the work that we do, Jen's is social and mine is like other content, like blog
Okay.
content, email content, stuff
I like
that.
try to call your bullshit out, but I'm just trying to fuck
No, you
with you.
could totally leave me in a dark room by
Yes.
myself and I would just
Be
produce things and that would be cool. And Jen is out there like making connections, making things happen and making it look beautiful. And
What
so,
kind of music do you listen to? Do you listen to like ska and punk rock and like, are you into like,
No, I used to, but not really.
okay.
Why?
Well, I have my reasons.
Trying to get a vibe.
No,
He's
because
telling
I have a couple.
Stereotyping you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. No, not stereotyping her because I'm taking her information and I'm thinking that my friend Kim, you two look very similar. You both
Okay.
have the haircut like that, and she used to be in a punk rock band in the '90s, so
That's
I'm
cool.
associated.
Oh, I have
with
no
you.
musical talent, so that would not be me.
Well, no, neither did she, but it was punk rock.
I guess it's not really, yeah.
It was punk rock.
You
No,
were
you
good.
just yelling at the damn mic like I am. Basically, I'm a punk rock singer, you could say. So, no, but music-wise?
If I was gonna listen to the radio, it would be 90.5.
Okay.
So that's the best.
Did you say
one.
95.5?
90.5.
Oh, 90. I'm like, they're Christian rock now, 95.5.
No, but I do listen to Christian rock too, because
Okay.
I'm a Christian too. So I
Okay.
listen to kind of everything. If I'm writing,
Yes.
what I listen to.
Yanni?
No. French cafe music, because I can't understand what they're saying.
And it's like
Oh,
background.
Yeah.
I do
So this goes back to the working thing. when you got-
instrumental
Yeah.
rock. I do instrumental.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's good
upbeat,
too.
keeps me
Mhm.
going, but no lyrics.
Yeah, no lyrics, yeah.
Like Celtic rock?
No, not good.
No? Jen, what do you do? What do you listen to?
Oh, well, I don't know, we grew up in the same.
Yes, we did.
So probably a lot of the same music, I would think, in the same area. A lot of, hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop music.
I was going to say Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
no.
older hip hop music that is getting cool again. So like, the kids are like into it. And lately, a lot of classical
Okay.
because my son is a classical pianist,
Oh.
and I know nothing. My husband and I know nothing. He just wanted to do
That
it
sounds
himself.
great.
He's really
So
talented. It's
I
really cool.
How old is
listen
he?
to that. He's 11.
Okay, my kid just started at 6, so, and she sucks.
Yeah.
So-
Well, Mama's
No,
conservative.
she does. She does. She sucks. I mean, she just started, but she also tries
No,
to sing,
they
and she's
suck
like,
for a while.
Yeah,
And then
this
all of a
is
sudden they
terrible.
like get it.
Embrace it though. My one cousin ended up becoming a professional opera singer, and his
Oh,
parents
wow.
they never listened to opera at all. He just
right.
Well,
That's amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
finding out so many really successful Federer, a lot of these athletes that like tennis have become like giants is because their parents like didn't meddle, like didn't like his piano teacher
Yeah,
said.
they
I said,
found it themselves.
Yeah, I was like, I wish I could help him. Like when he's
Mm.
practicing, I know I just say, oh, sounds good, everything sounds good to me. And she's like, no, it's better you don't because I had piano players with their children and they meddle.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's true. I've been
Interesting.
listening to Johnny Cash lately, like
That's
Oh.
really good.
I worked at Jose Tejas for many years, and
Oh, yeah?
Johnny Cash was played religiously. Ring of fire.
Oh,
Oh,
no, I just.
Yes,
yeah,
more.
that's
Yes, I know you want more salsa. I get it. Ring of fire.
Well, I listened to Men in Black last night. That's such a good song.
Okay, Mike, what do you listen to? Don't get
Uh,
weird. Say something.
No, all of the above. I got into country. I used to hate country music. And then I went to a concert and it was awesome.
What
Yeah.
concert?
That was Jason Aldean, but then we went to Thomas Rhett and Jake.
Oh, Thomas, I know. Actually, my wedding song's gonna be Chris Stapleton. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
he's
I also hated country, and then country I think has evolved now. It's like
Yeah.
It's not
It's
country.
Yeah,
it's
it's very
not.
country.
Yeah.
Ever since like the American Idol, right? With
Pop,
it kind of crossed over a little bit.
and then, yeah, you still do crossovers. Justin Timberlake's doing country. Everyone's kind of
Really? Wow, I live in a hole.
And then we went to Darius Rucker, which we
Oh,
love,
yeah, Hootie.
down in Virginia Beach, and then we're going to Hootie. They're doing a
For you last, yeah, I was gonna say.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Like Hootie and
Hootie
the
and
Blowfish?
Blowfish.
Still
Yeah.
going.
Which
Yeah,
you don't
at
realize,
MSG in
which you
the-
don't realize, all their songs back then, when everyone was listening to Hootie and the Blowfish, they're country. They were country
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
They're
Back
what today
then.
country is. Yeah.
Okay, so
Back
when
then.
Early
you
90s.
just triggered something in my mind when we were talking about something
Late
from the
90s.
90s. My sister texted me the other day and said, last night I saw New Kids on the Block and Tiffany and
Oh,
Debbie
yeah. They did a
Gibson
tour, yeah.
and Naughty by Nature. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
where were you, 1988? She's like,
In a mall.
Yeah, she's like,
At
no,
Paramus
I was
Park.
at like PNC or wherever they were, I don't know,
Yeah.
Prudential Center or something like that. And I was so jealous that she shared videos. So that's definitely my people from the middle school days. And if I could have gone to that concert, I would have paid any amount. I can't believe she didn't
Like
invite me.
Tiffany was an artist who played in all the malls, and
And she
opened up.
sang one song. I think we're alone
No.
now.
She sang multiple songs actually, if I may say. She
Denim,
was,
denim jacket.
She was
Yeah.
Debbie Gibson Light or
Yeah,
Deborah
yeah,
Gibson
yeah.
Light, and Debbie
And she
Gibson.
wore the hat.
Debbie
they
Gibson
said,
is a
at the
singer.
concert.
Denim.
Sounds like Siri. It sounds like when you ask who this person was.
Yeah.
That's
That's what he
I could be your Siri.
I'm gonna have him programmed in
What's
my
the
Siri.
age difference between you two?
A lot.
Just tell me. How old are you?
46.
Okay. How old are you?
30.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
I'm 44. I don't care.
Well,
I'll be 45, I think. Wait, am I gonna be You don't know. I'll
Happy
ask somebody at home
birthday.
how
Today
old
you're
I am.
45.
No, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be 45 or 44. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be 45.
Ask her.
This time of year, I always forget.
She's
And I'm
older
always
than
like,
me, so it's
wait, you anticipate the new age and you kind of forget. I don't know.
No, they don't. They don't actually know. You're talking to the wrong side of the table here.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so this got real. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
No, I was gonna say, that would be a good outro, you guys singing, that sounded good, that reminded me
Yeah.
of a podcast, it's a nice.
Oh my gosh, please.
They're gonna
watch that.
sing, I Think You're Alone Now, and
Yeah.
you're gonna close out the show. Over it. Ready? Go.
It's not happening.
No.
Wow,
But if you
alright.
would like to sing the never-ending story, feel free.
No. The only I do want to go on the lip sync battle show. Good. Yeah,
Cool J?
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J has a lip sync show.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
Chrissy-
I
really
love
do
it.
love
Chrissy
her.
Teigen?
I
Okay,
totally
you
love
have
her.
kids,
John
right?
Legend?
Yes.
How old?
Oh my God, LL Cool J was my
21,
crush.
16,
Times
13.
500.
How old?
21, 16, and
Doing
13.
it, doing it.
Man, I love that guy.
I would just think you would know just from them about the show, like stuff like
Oh,
that.
I'm gonna ask him. What's it called?
Lip sync battle. It's like one of the.
It was
couple years
actually,
back.
it was a
Pretty
Fallon,
funny.
it was a Fallon thing, it was
Yeah.
a Fallon offshoot. Remember that they
okay.
used to?
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
a-
yeah, I remember that.
It's not a
They
Fallon
used to-
offshoot. It's a Lorenzo thing because I did it at a
Oh,
wedding.
it's a
expo.
Yeah,
Lorenzo
we heard you
offshoot
invented it.
from 1994.
I will bring up.
Copy
I am going to bring
that
up
bastard.
a freaking
That
clip
bastard.
of me doing it with a bride and a groom who were getting married and
What?
did it back to
No,
back.
I'm just kidding.
Kevin, I'll do it with you. Okay, look, I don't know what happened in this episode.
Weird. We're
Um,
done, right?
Getting
What-
weird. Yeah, we're done. We've been done.
We've been done for a while. Episode 25. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Truly.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you so
Uh,
much.
Episode 25 is at the camp.
In the camp.
Bye.